Judas and the Black Messiah was written and directed by Shaka King in his directorial debut and stars Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. And in this movie, it is based on true events about the Black Panther Party. Offered by a plea deal by the FBI, William O'Neill infiltrates the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party to gather intelligence on Chairman Fred Hampton. What's going on, guys? This is Joshua from Future Filmmaker now for his reviews and an audio movie review for this amazing film. In the comment section down below, tell me what did you think of Judas and the Black Messiah. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Or were you somewhere in the middle? And with that being said, let's get into Judas and the Black Messiah. One of the best movies of 2021 has to offer. When it comes to Judas and the Black Messiah, I was actually very interested in this movie. Not only because it was based on the true story, which I am a sucker for movies based on the true story, when they're done right. There are a handful of bad ones, but there's also plenty of handful of good ones. And also because Ryan Coogler was producing it, and also you had Lakeith Stanfield and Daniel Kaluuya as the main stars. Daniel Kaluuya is one of the best actors working today. He was amazing in Get Out, Oscar nominated for that. Lakeith Stanfield was also really great in any movie I've seen him in. So going into this movie, I was ready to witness a movie that was so well loved and so well done. And this came out on Valentine's Day weekend, and it was on HBO Max. This premiered at the Sundance Film Festival back on February 1st and was released in the United States on February 12th. And first, let me just say, I love this film. Judas and the Black Messiah is one of the most important movies that we need to watch right now. Yes, I can understand for a lot of my viewers out there and a lot of people out there who are subscribed to me, this will be a very hard watch. But this is a very important watch at that. Because this is relevant to racism and Black Lives Matter that is still going on. And this is a very empowering film, but it's also a very heartfelt, emotional film. This is one of my favorite movies in the year, starting off with the biggest positive I have to give, and that goes to the acting ability of everyone in this performance. Of course, Kaluuya and Stanfield are both great as Fred Hampton and Bill O'Neill, the man who infiltrated the Black Panther Party. Both of them give Oscar-worthy nominated performances, and they are very amazing here. They're very, very great in their performances. I thought their performances in the film is amazingly well handled. I love the performances that they have to give. You can tell that they give some very emotional, powerful performances, especially in some of the film's emotional scenes, especially the monologue sequences. I think they're great. Also in the cast, we got Dominique Fishback, aka she was in Project Power, and she was great here, and definitely we're getting more of her in this decade. Plemons, always great to see. Ashton Sanders, Algee Smith, Lil Rel Howery, and Martin Sheen as Edgar Hoover, the director of the FBI. So the acting in this movie is very strong. Everyone gives a very dedicated performance. There is not a single performance here that I thought was non-interesting or non-displeasing. Getting into the direction and the writing, let me just say, Shaka King, for a first film, holy shit, this is a great directorial debut. This film is very well directed and is very well written. You can tell that Shaka King, this is a very passionate project for him and for Ryan Coogler, and this has been trying to get made for several years. And I have to say that with the blessings of the Hamptons family, this movie is very well directed by Shaka King and is very well handled. through Shaka King's direction, with the incredible sequences and dialogue-driven scenes and the monologues, to the way he uses archival footage of the real-life events that was going on in the Black Panther Party, you definitely see what his vision is going for. And just with the screenwriting of this movie, with him and Will Berson, the screenwriting of this movie is very well done. I do think the script is amazingly well written here. Every line of dialogue in this movie, every single scene is very, very well done in the way of this film being a true story. But the thing that really does win me over when it comes to Judas and the Black Messiah is that this is a very upsetting, very heartbreaking, very devastating story where you get two sides of both characters. The revolutionary, the trailer, and we've seen this done before, but the way that the efforts go into here telling us that what Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party went through in order to get justice is very fascinating, it's very heartbreaking, and once again, we are experiencing in our society today with the Black Lives Matter movement today. Of course, cinematography and editing is great, but the score is very haunting. I want to touch on the score a little bit. This score is very eerie, it's very haunting, and it's very disturbing. There's also a lot of sequences that are very hard to watch in terms of the brutality and the nature of what happened with the Black Panther Party and the whole movement that was going on. It is very well done. It's just like when I was watching the trial of Chicago 7, the way that film dealt with the justice system. This movie deals with topics that we really don't want to talk about, like racism and Black Lives Movement, and then black people being wrong for no reason. This is very touchy subject matter, and this was more, I found this to be more of an attempt of doing something right rather than run, hide, and fight. Because run, hide, and fight, you took a school shooting, a movie that should have been a very dramatic, emotional film, and you made it into an action movie. I'm not saying you can't do that. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that movie, it wasn't done all that well. Here is done very well here. And you get to side with both of the characters. There is one scene in particular with Dominique Fishback's character, and holy crap, this shows why she's gonna get more work. Her emotions, the way she has to act in this certain scene, which I can't spoil for you guys, is very well done. There's also a lot of moments in this movie where it is true, because history does repeat itself. History, no matter what decade, no matter what year, history will always find a way to repeat itself in the worst way possible. But I was still very fascinated with this. It was like watching The Hate U Give again, which I still very much love. The Hate U Give. That movie and Black Klansman were empowering, because in our society, things like this does happen. I have nothing really bad to say about Judas and the Black Messiah. Overall, I think this is a fantastic film that definitely depicts exactly what it's trying to make. It does show the harsh realities, what Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party went through, what Bill O'Neal went through. It has great direction, great performances, great acting all the way around. This is for sure definitely going to be in my best movies of this year. Even though I'm not physically talking on camera, I am saying that clearly out loud when I'm saying this. This is one of my favorite films of the year. I'm very glad I gave this a shot as a black person myself, and I'm definitely giving Judas and the Black Messiah, of course, a JD Spider-Verse seal of approval, because this movie is truly a masterpiece in my eyes. This is definitely a rough watch for sure, and know who you are going into this. If you're very sensitive to subjects like this, know who you are getting into this, because this movie is not gonna be a happy-go-lucky film. But at the end of the day, this is a history lesson, and I hope you learn something after you watch this movie. I truly learned a lot more about Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party than I already knew. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of this film. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Or are you somewhere in the middle? All my social media links are in the description box down below. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos. You guys keep it cool and join the Epictasticness.